podcast. Yo, let's go.
Yeah, but you already know. Yeah, buddy. Old Heads, episode 75, man. A great day to be alive, man. If you don't know, I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. And, man, great day. We back in the basement, man. Saturday nights, bringing y'all that great sports content. And, man, episode 75, man. Go ahead and let this brother introduce himself. I already know who you know he is. We know.
Man, Mr. Endo G, a.k.a. Mr. Honey Pack, a.k.a. Mr. French Loaf out east, man.
Mr. French Loaf out east. Yeah, buddy. Man, excuse me. If you don't know, today is our, man, Chicago mid-season review. And before we get to any of that, man, we're going to start off with a new segment, man. Was popping last week. Well, actually, week before last. But Hendo's Hot Takes, man. What's Hendo's Hot Takes today?
I think the hot take today, I'm going to tell you who going to be in the championship finals.
Okay.
I think the hottest teams going forward that's going to be in it. I'm going to be looking for the Nuggets to take over again out east.
You're out west.
I mean out west. My bad.
No, you good.
They've just looked complete. As when it comes to like teams, it's looking like a whole team ready to go, ready to know what's doing. The Nuggets look like the best team out there.
Man, with no Jamal Murray.
With no Murray.
Again.
But we're used to seeing this team be successful with interchangeable pieces.
Yeah.
So once they get fully healthy, they're the most dangerous team in the West still. And people, I don't think nobody's going to, throughout the regular season, it's going to look like ups and downs, but they're going to close out final games heavily like last year. And I think the best team coming out the East has to be the Celtics. Boston looks so good right now. It's scary how good they look with just two pieces of bringing in Drew Holiday and Porzingis. And the dynamic of that team has changed so differently. They can attack you from everywhere. The weapons is endless over there. If they can tighten up a little bit of a bench chemistry, they're going to be the deadliest team in the East by far. I don't see, not even the Bucks right now can see them right now on a good day. Not in a 7-game series.
I don't know. That'll be a great series to see, man. Giannis, and then now he finally got a legit Robin and Lillard. So
the thing about the Bucks that you got to remember is they're missing two key pieces still. Two key pieces that's going to stop or push them forward. They need to get a real three-point threat. Dame is beautiful at what he does, always. But unless you get another threat, you're going to fall into the doom thing where they're either going to double down on Giannis or they're going to double down on Lillard. And they're going to force him to do a lot of shots. And he will take those shots. But when being forced, he's not amazing. When he's open in a rotation, he's amazing.
I think that's where Middleton steps up, especially in playoff time.
I don't think Middleton's 100% all the way. I don't think mentally he's there. I tell people about the aftermath of like injuries. And sometimes the after injuries are the worst. The injury itself can be terrible, but your mind thinking about that injury when you make cuts, when you shoot shots, when you play defense and stuff like that, it kind of influences how you move your body. I don't think he's 100% there. I see Chris Middleton getting up out of there because he's not a great shooter. He's a good shooter. He's not a great shooter. And B, he's not a great defender. He's a decent defender. But whenever they call for defensive assignments, they were putting Drew Holiday on Jimmy Butler over Chris Middleton, which lets you know defensively how they think about him at that time with that team. But right now, I don't think he's even that move. I think they put Crowder in there on times like that. So I don't really know what his use for right now. I could see him leaving or getting traded for either a pure defender or a pure three-point shooter. It has to be either one for them to go over the top.
I like that. Man, Philly playing good ball too, man.
They look amazing too. Philly is one of those teams as well that will always look good during the regular season. And Philly is always, since
I get what you're saying.
They look great during the regular season.
Until they prove themselves in the playoffs. That's how you kind of have to. No,
And like I said, they're a good team, but Embiid's a hell of a player, and I think they're riding heavy on Embiid. So this year,
Maxi's having a great year too.
but it's still really going to fall heavily on Embiid's performances because the days that he has off days is the days that they lose. Nobody, I mean, I'm not saying nobody, but they don't really have a prolific scorer like as when they had Harden there, a person who could give you 20 to 30 to 40 on a given night on a good day, possibly. You know what I'm saying? So if Embiid has to sit like 6 games or something, they might win 3 out that 6.
That's fair. That's fair. I really like Maxey. Tobias Harris is playing good ball.
Probably some of his best ball, to be honest.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. And then they also have a good coach, man. They have an excellent coach and nurse. But moving right along, man. Were we done with him?
Oh yeah. That's my hot take.
Okay. Y'all let us know, man. If y'all any hot takes out there, man. Like and subscribe, man. Don't be dusty, man. Old heads, man. You too. Like and subscribe, please. Also, see Hendo. CEEHENDO. See Hendo, man. Like and subscribe. Don't be dusty, man. But moving right along, Chicago Bears mid-season review. Man, we're gonna give our grades today. Y'all out there, let us know what y'all feel like their grades are. So, Hendo, kicking it right off, man. The Chicago Bears. What would you grade our offense so far? Right now, we're graded 19th is what we're being ranked right now in offense. But what would you rank our offense right now?
C-.
C-?
Yeah. If I had to put a grade to it, C-.
Okay.
We're not playing I don't think we're playing our best cohesive offense right now. I can see plays that we're getting better at, but we're still we're moving the ball better, but it's not like the dynamic leaps and bounds that we should be seeing a little bit sometimes. It looks just boring, so about like a C-.
Okay. C-. I think that's fair. I don't see anything wrong with that. Do you think when Fields does come back, we talked a little about before camp, before we start shooting, do you think if he does come back and he plays, how do you think he's going to play when he comes back? Do you think he's going to play like he's the first few games, the way I would say the first, 3-4 games of the season? You think he's going to play like that, or do you think he's going to play like how the last 3 games he played? Because before that, I mean, he was balling out. It seemed like him and DJ Moore finally had built some type of chemistry where they were clicking. I mean, he does have commit. Mm-hmm. The running game seems to be there. So at our offensive line, they seem to finally be
looking
Braxton Jones, back now, they seem to finally start to be,
Tevin Jenkins looking really good too.
Yeah, so I mean, how do you feel? Do you see that being a C- going forward? And then we also do have a favorable record. I mean, a favorable, schedule, going down, with the season. I don't think we'll make the playoffs, but I think we could definitely probably win another 2, 3, possibly even 4 games.
Right. I think with Justin,
you see that staying a C- going ahead?
I think when Justin comes back, it goes to a C to almost a C+. But I think he's going to play his best ball right now because he's going to play a little bit inspired ball. Getting a chance to sit down and watch the game from a different perspective for a little bit kind of opens up how you view the game. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's going to help some of his bad habits, but I think he gets to finally see from like a stand back situation of how the system is supposed to look when ran sharply like that. So I don't know if that makes him up his game a little bit, but I think he's going to come back and try to show why he's the starting quarterback.
I like that. Now, our defense is ranked 14th right now. We did pick up Montez Sweat, signed him to a guaranteed deal. What would you rank our defense right now?
C+. With Montez Sweat playing C+ right now. I think we need to work on that D-line a little bit, and I think some of that linebacker core, and I think Eddie Jackson has served a good tenure in Chicago, but it might be time to move on.
Really?
Yeah, I like Eddie Jackson's game a little bit, but I just think that position, when he came in, there was a certain way that defense was ran. For instance, we had a heavy front four and we had a great linebacker system when he was there. Roquan, everybody, that makes it easy for his job, because if they get pressure on the ball, there's a better chance that ball come out underthrown or just thrown not to the point where of completion.
I don't know why we didn't go after the honey badger, bro.
I'm kind of upset about that too.
Bruh. I did not understand that. And he's a leader.
I don't know, man.
Bruh, I was so I ain't mean to stop you, bro, but I was like, I'm like, why wouldn't y'all go after the honey badger? Like, but I think he'll probably be in the Hall of Fame. If
he keeps playing at the level he is, yeah.
I was so frustrated they let him go to New Orleans, bro. But I don't know, man. So you say right now C+?
C+.
I like that. So how'd you like the Montez Sweat move?
I thought it was a good move. I was wondering why we didn't get Chase Young instead, but Montez Sweat will serve what we need out of him. He still does a similar things. So I think with him, we can move forward a little bit, probably find us a better D tackle, and then grab us more a dynamic inside linebacker to replace. I don't know. I kind of like Sanborn though. I don't think he's been getting a lot of clock.
I like Jack Sanborn too.
Yeah, I just don't think he's been getting a lot of clock, and I don't know why.
I like Jack Sanborn too. I like the Montez Sweat move. I think the reason why, because I was thinking the same thing at first about Young, and I don't think you could have really went wrong with either way. But Young is probably having his best year now,
right?
But I think you have to put the injury bug into it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking too.
But with Sweat is a baller.
Some of the reason why we didn't get Young is because Washington wouldn't disclose the injury status of him or something like that, because they said he was on and off injury when he got traded.
See?
So they didn't know, they wouldn't disclose, so that's why we didn't go with that trade. That's why we went with Sweat.
Oh, wow. But yeah, I love that move, man. I like the way he looked against Carolina.
Well, he makes a difference. Now we have a linebacker.
Yeah, he makes a huge difference. So I think definitely if we could maybe get a linebacker, which I like our linebackers. And when you look, we
they not bad. I like
Edmonds
and Edwards, but it's
I think we need maybe one more.
That's what I was thinking.
We need maybe one more. I don't know who's. I haven't looked at be at free agents next year or really looked at in college who
I agree. I think we need one more dynamic guy to sew it up. They're not that bad, but it's just I don't know how sometimes I feel like our last couple of games we were getting amazing pressure onto the ball, but then again look who we were playing. I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from the Saints, but they're a 500 team pretty much. I think they are just a game above. I think they think 500 or a game above it at, and then we fucking beat on the fucking 1-7, 1-8 Panthers and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing away from them, but they just kind of going through the motions and learning shit right now. They have no number one. They have no running back really. Nope. They just got Young.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm glad that we won that boring ass game, but at the same time, I don't really put that as a notch on us belt. It was just a game, just a win category, right? Expected to win it down there.
Now, you say offense C-, defense C+. What would you give to coaching?
D-.
D-?
Yeah. Okay.
I
mean, I think Eberflus has got the defense going right now, but it's also the middle of the fucking season, and we just now getting the defense going. That's kind of a lot to say, and that's kind of like having, coach's number one job is to have you ready for the game.
Everybody healthy too. You got to think of that too. Everybody's finally healthy too.
Yeah, on the line and stuff, but there was.
So I think he'll be a great coordinator.
I think he's not a. The thing I tell people about coaching, a lot of people are amazing coordinators, and then they're not ready for the full suit and boot of a coaching job, because a real coaching job entails so much shit. You have to oversee everything, okay? And when everything fucks up, it goes to the coach. And then when the coach has to answer to the GM and the owner and stuff and so on and so on. So you got to be precise when you put certain people there. I've seen a lot of people not be successful coaches, but are very successful offensive and defensive coordinators.
Of course. And
it's just crazy. Some people just aren't built for that. Some people step into that moment and can feel it because they were destined to do it. But some guys just aren't destined to run coaching staffs like that because some of them aren't too lackadaisical. We'll put it like that. Sometimes you need one of those dickheads in there to be yelling at people, a hardball or a core. What was the Steelers' corn? I can't think of his name. The old white guy coach for the Steelers before Tomlin got in there. Coward.
Oh, Bill Cowher. Bill Cowher. Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A Mike Dick, just a dickhead, a Bill Belichick. Somebody who holds you accountable. A Mike Singletary type. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who,
what is that? Yeah, it was Bill Cowher. Yeah.
Yep, Bill Cowher. Yep.
Bill Cowher, because he's an announcer now.
Yep.
On CBS. Yeah.
Sometimes you just need those type of guys in order to build good franchises because they hold you accountable, not afraid to get into your face. And like where I feel like some guys are too lackadaisical, they don't go about the way they should. Sometimes you need that aggression in order for your team. That's what builds winning cultures, I feel like.
No, that's fair. And our front office, what would you grade it?
I actually give Poles a B plus because I really think Poles has been doing a very good job of acquiring assets at a low financial rate.
Yeah.
He's really pulling in pieces for us and saving us money.
I would say a solid B. I would give him a solid B. Only reason I would say a solid B is because I think we need to sign Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, I think the only reason he's kind of waiting on that is he's going to wait to see what that market looks like coming out of next year for like the free agencies. Because there's going to be some big names coming out next year all across the board. I was looking at it last year, all the people that was going to be coming up this year for free agency, and it's blockbuster names. And it's names that can really make or change, you know, the dynamic of a team for success. So with that being said, you know, I like I said, I stand on that solid B plus because I liked when he pulled in DJ Moore. I like the fact that he went out and got that outside or the defensive end that we just picked up, Montez Sweat. When you're doing stuff like that in the midst, that makes me show that you're really going out and you're not afraid to commit to success during whatever it is the season. But I think, I stand on a B plus for him.
Yeah. I agree, man. I think he's done a solid job, man. I'm happy for the brother. Moving right along, man, to our next segment. With Chicago having 2 high draft picks, presumably, as of right now, we're looking at the 2nd and the 3rd pick. If we keep those picks, who would you like to see them take with those 2 spots?
I know one of the picks is automatically going to be Marvin Harrison Jr., so he might as well just go ahead and grab him a Bear jersey and just come on already.
Actually, if you look, they have right now the Cardinals have the 1st overall pick.
Yep.
And the Cardinals actually they have the Cardinals taking him because they already have a franchise quarterback. Yeah. It will be. I
get what you're saying.
Because they're saying it would be cheaper to just keep Kyler, and he's already there. And then you bring on Marvin Harrison to be that legit.
If they do keep him there, if they keep that, because I really think that the Giants are going to end up with that pick, and the Giants are probably going to go with a quarterback off back.
They got the Giants taking Caleb.
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. That's what I ideally think that's going to happen.
The last mock draft I looked at, that's what it had. That was literally it was like a day ago.
Well,
it had Caleb going 5 to New York.
Wow. If we go with the Giants taking Caleb, then I can see the Bears grabbing Marvin Harrison Jr. and possibly either Drake Mays or an appendix fella out of Washington, because I think Dog has an immaculate game. But if it happens to go where the Cardinals take Marvin Harrison Jr., I would probably say
right now Chicago has the 2nd and the 3rd pick.
The 2nd and the 3rd, that was a good one because I wasn't ready to. Where's Dog? Let me go to my mock draft real quick.
Oh, you good?
Yeah, I had to look this one up. Yep, Drake Mays. I can see him coming there. Or a dog name was Ulu Fasano, the offensive tackle from Penn State.
Out of Penn State.
I could see us grabbing dog too, because that right there, that would make a lot of sense to sew up that old line completely right then. Because then all we gotta do is really just either find a center, and we can literally input a veteran center into that and let him work with that young old line.
Actually, I saw one. I thought about you today. I was watching that Utah game. They got a young center that I think is coming out, and I think that'll be good, because I know what you're saying about having a vet and that I totally agree with that. But then I also think it's also good to have that chemistry. If you could have two guys come in together and build that chemistry.
I wouldn't mind drafting a center like that and keeping Alex Leatherwood, but he's so in and out the system sometimes.
And he's not. I don't think he's a natural center.
No, he is, but he's not. He just
because he actually got drafted out of Alabama as a I want to say as a tackle. He was drafted high.
Yeah, I remember when he got filled in. I just don't. He's so in and out the rotation because of injuries, because of how old he is.
All the time, yeah.
Right, so that's why it's hard. But I would like for somebody to come in, but it's tough putting a young center right there into that spot, because then it's kind of like Justin Fields and like whoever the coach is at the time really have to coach him up.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. That would be, I don't know. That would definitely be interesting. I think with those two spots, I think Chicago would either depending on how Fields plays, which we talked about, it's still a good chance depending on how he ends up and plays. You never know what it is. Chicago, they might roll the dice. I say if they keep Fields, I think they definitely get the tackle for Nushu. I hope I'm saying his last name correctly, out of Penn State. And then also could see them possibly trading down and getting Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Yeah.
If he's a top 10, if they can trade down,
I can see that.
Top 10, and keep Jalen Johnson, then you got Kool-Aid on the other side.
Right.
That really helps your front line as well. If you can have two guys, you know what I'm saying, that can lock it up, that could really help you in the coverage game.
So do we re-sign Moody then?
I think it all depends on who's out there in free agency and what we get in the draft. Because I really like the wide receiver. I think it's Neighbors out of LSU, who's really good as well.
I think we re-sign him for a year. Let him show some. Have a heavy incentive contract. Sign him for a year or two. He's been nothing but a stud for us. He has, out of everybody in the organization, he's the least one that's bitching about shit, and he comes out and balls out. Kind of got to start off to a slow start this year, but we also had some really weird play callings, and then we also had Justin Fields in and out that rotation, so that change of quarterback can mess you up. But he's been kind of getting back to his feet.
Yeah, I mean, if we can sign him for cheap,
that's what I can say. I don't think he won't.
If we can sign him for cheap, I don't see anything wrong with that. Signing him for cheap. Washington Penix got another one today. I was watching that game earlier. I love Michael Penix. We're watching this is the Texas TCU game. We up here checking this out, man. We're giving y'all this great content, man. Like, subscribe, man. Old Heads Sports Podcast, man. YouTube, man. Like and subscribe. Stop being dusty, man.
I like them jerseys.
Yeah, I do too. But moving right along, man. Most people think Eberflus is gone after this season. Who would you like to see Chicago pick up? And should there be an offensive-minded head coach? I think we already know who you're going to say, but who you thinking about?
I think everything is literally lining up for us to have Jim Harbaugh as our next head coach. I think everything that's happening, like, I was having this conversation earlier with somebody, and they were talking about, like, what did Jim do? And I was like, well, they're being alleged in some sign stealing from other teams. Mm-hmm. But what I've been reading is he had nothing to do with it, but somebody on the team did. But they're like, well, you can't act like you didn't know that was going on. But they suspended him anyway. So they suspended him from the sidelines, Michigan neglected to pick up another 4-year option with him, so they're not. They declined it. I've been reading all about this. I was like, man, you're bullshitting me. And it kind of looked like the NCAA is trying to get Jim Harbaugh out of coaching in college because of success. That's what it looked. He's besides like Saban and a few other people, he's a winning coach. And I don't know if they don't like it.
I was listening to it earlier, and they were saying it looks bad because they're saying before the alleged sign stealing, Michigan wasn't playing that well. And then after the sign stealing, they've lost 3 games in 3 seasons. And it's just, so motherfuckers is just like, it doesn't look good. But then I've also heard motherfuckers say like it's also possible that he might not know anything about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that doesn't.
It doesn't look like they're trying to weigh in much of an investigation on it either. They just kind of suspended him.
I mean, but when you hear like Dan Orlovsky talking, and they're like football players who play in the NFL, like they're saying like it's not that big of a deal.
It's not. They do it all the time.
If you really want to stop, if you really want to stop it, you go to a huddle. Like if you really want to stop it, like you go to a huddle, and then but you also have to look at what nobody else.
Is it really that big of a deal if your players get outplayed?
And that's what I was gonna say, is that when you look at it, they was like, you could say that, but they had actual college players talking about it, and they were saying, but if you actually look at the players that Michigan had. Look how many first round picks they've had. Like that has nothing to do with sign stealing.
That's
Aiden Hutchinson, like coming off the end. Like
the proof is in the pudding.
That has nothing to do with stealing a sign. That's
He's just
him. That's just him beating his man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you look at all that talent, you can say that, but it's like, I did not know that about Harbaugh where they declined his option.
Yeah, they're really, to me, I feel like they're making a super big deal out of this, and it seems like they're kind of pushing him out the way. So I feel like he's gonna be like, I think we're gonna land him. There's been a lot of notions of him saying, that as soon as we get rid of Eberflus and stuff like that, that he wouldn't mind taking that job. Mm-hmm. And I think this is all kind of lining up for it because the Bears gonna sign him into like a 4 to 6 year contract and try to make him build something.
Okay.
But with that being said, though, I like him because of how he's switched. He's both offensive and defensive minded.
Right.
And that's a split duo. There's very rare coaches that are like that.
That's true.
And I think what being said is he's going to find the best version of somebody to run an offense for us as an offensive coordinator. And I trust wholeheartedly that he's going to be every bit involved in that defense and offense, hands-on, in order to get that shit running right. Pete Carroll's a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
And Harbaugh's a perfectionist as well.
He play with the players. He doesn't really have a style. Whatever type of players he got is
a perfectionist. But they run crisp plays. Yeah. You don't see their teams running sloppy. You don't really see them getting a whole lot of penalties. I mean, a Pete Carroll offensive line, but we all know how that offensive line was. It wasn't the best, but he made it work.
That up though.
They shored it up.
They got a good line.
They shored it up quick though.
They draft well. Though,
yep.
Bro.
So, like I said, I could see them pulling in the better of the pieces going from there, because if you put Poles, who knows how to budget the money and pull in and acquire pieces without, giving these outrageous ass contracts and still pulling quality pieces, and then you give somebody like Harbaugh who can utilize these pieces and put them in the right place to be, that's a recipe for success.
I like that. So you're definitely saying Harbaugh. I think if we don't get Harbaugh, I don't know. You never know. I think he might want to take some time off in football. That could be a possibility. So I say that's what it's looking like, that we can definitely get him. But if we don't get him, I like Brian Johnson, the Eagles' offensive coordinator, the young brother. He's been successful everywhere he's been, and I also like Press Taylor, the Jaguars offensive coordinator, young dude.
I think Dog is a good fit too, but if
And
we make a pull in that direction, our defensive coordinator
we
has to be
definitely
fucking legendary.
Yeah. I mean, that's that's what you kind of need. I mean, also another guy I was looking at is I don't know how he would be as a head coach, but Eric Bieniemy. He almost seems like one of those guys that almost he says he wants to be a head coach, but I almost feel like deep down he's probably better at what he does because they does say he has such a, you know what I'm saying, he has one of those personalities,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. So I don't know, I don't know, but Harbaugh is definitely looking probably more and more like, you know, especially having those Chicago ties, that's looking like what it could be. And I think I mean, when I look at it, man, when you look at Jim Harbaugh, I looked at his record in the NFL. He had a really good. He had a really good. I think he had like almost like a 70% winning percentage. And then, you know, a lot of people talk about the last year he left, but it's like they didn't have a very good roster.
They had a depleted roster.
They had a very depleted roster, you know. So I mean, I would like to see. I don't know if he would keep Justin Fields, but if there's a quarterback, if there's a coach that would say, hey, I think this is the direction we need to go in.
Right.
Let's give it, you know, one more year. That's a coach that I would say, okay, you know, he maybe sees something, you know, that we don't see. But I mean, I'm just kind of in that headspace of.
I feel like Harbaugh would be the type of guy who'll pull a move like he'll keep Justin and draft one just to have it in the chamber.
He could,
because he's for some reason I just really trust his decision making about a lot of shit because he's just a proven winner. He knows the game of football very well.
How did you feel about, like I say, if anybody don't know, like I like Caleb Williams, man. He reminds me a lot of Patrick Mahomes, Michael Penix. Drake, man, I really haven't seen a lot of him. I've seen a lot of Michael Penix. Michael Penix, I think New Orleans would be a great spot for him, or anywhere where you give him a line. What they're actually comparing him to is a bigger version of Tua, but he is a beautiful thrower of the football. Like his deep ball, like just watching him throw, like he looks the part of a franchise quarterback, and he has a good head on his shoulders. But yeah, how would you feel if Chicago did take Caleb Williams, or who would you like to see them draft at quarterback? Are you leaning more towards Penix?
I think between Penix and Drake Mays, I think would be a better fit. But I lean a lot towards Penix because I feel like he kind of fits more of a bear playing style to me of how he throws the ball. I really like Dog's throw. Like I said, he drops dimes.
He throws a beautiful
He
ball,
just drops
dog.
dimes, and they're just easy to
He
grab.
throws a
And I don't know.
ball.
But I think Drake Mays has to be a happy fairy vet in there too because his game is nice too. But to me, he's just kind of like a Justin Fields right now to a little bit, just with a little bit more accurate arm. But that's also placing you in college and not the NFL. Because hell, I mean, Justin Fields looked amazing in college too. So,
did you have a problem with Caleb Williams crying?
Nah, I don't have problems with players showing emotion like that. A lot of guys don't really understand like the game to that point sometimes, and I feel like showing emotion for your team, that's what you want in a quarterback. He's your leader. Everything makes and breaks with him. If he's not showing emotion like that, then you have an emotionless offense.
I agree.
And he has to. I'm not saying I want to see him cry all the time, but I do. I sympathize with guys who want to win that bad.
I agree. Yeah, I don't know, man. I say it's gonna be interesting. I think Chicago. This is definitely. They said last year, but this draft is really a make or break. I think draft. I think as far as I'm just being a fan of Chicago. Like I'm sick of seeing us we'll suck for 4 or 5 years. Then we'll be good on defense,
Peak.
but then we ain't got no offense. So we're still a playoff win. We don't even get a win most of the time. It's in the playoff out right away. So I'm sick of that. And then one year we was really good on offense and our defense sucked. And then people were like, well, when you look at what about we went to the Super Bowl? When we went to the Super Bowl, we had a phenomenal all time, you know what I'm saying?
Top defense.
You know what I'm saying? When we had a great running game. You can't, that's a different time. You can't really do that no more. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a franchise quarterback, bro. You have to. So, and we got to get it right, man. So, but moving right along, man. Top 5 favorite Chicago Bear players of all time. And these aren't the best players, but your favorite Chicago Bear players of all time. At number 5, Hendo, who you got?
The human joystick, Devin Hester.
Ooh, at 5?
Yeah, I got some other ones I like.
Oh, okay. I went in a different direction, man. I don't know if you brothers remember him. Number 35, Neil Anderson.
Neil Anderson, I got his autograph.
Do you?
Yep.
Oh, wow, that's dope. Yeah, Neil Anderson was dope, man. I even remember him, he could dunk, which was crazy. I think he was only like maybe 5'9", at 5'10", maybe.
That was a beast.
And he could dunk. Yeah, he took over after Walter Payton, and he did his thing. I was a big Neil Anderson fan. Number 4.
Number 4, Brian Urlacher.
Ooh, okay. Urlacher. My nigga Paris, if he out there watching, man, he used to lust. That's all he used to hear him say, Urlacher.
He snapped.
That was my nigga P with the Red Baron. Number 4 for me was Mike Singletary. I think of my pops. My pops was a big Mike Singletary fan. And I remember in grammar school, my buddy, I call his ass Captain America, my nigga Alex Gallegos. He used to always say, man, we used to play this game called Johnny. He said I used to get them crazy eyes. I used to have to take my glasses off. So I looked like Mike Singletary. He say, fucking Funches like Mike Singletary. Those crazy eyes.
Those crazy eyes.
Yeah, my nigga Alex Gallegos. So yeah, and my pops is a big Mike Singletary fan. So yeah, number 4 for me, I was a big Mike Singletary guy. Number 3.
Matt Forte.
Ooh, shout out, man.
I was a huge Forte fan, man. Shout out to Matt Forte, man. I think he had 1 year, 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving, 800 yards or something crazy.
He was like
perfect 50-50 guy.
He was like that right at that like second tier of like running backs. You had like the APs and like the who else was really good? Chris Johnson. And then you would have like he's right
Priest
there.
Holmes.
Priest, you know what I'm saying? Then he would be right there.
Right
like
there. Yep.
LaShawn McCoy, Matt Forte. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Yeah, I love Matt Forte. For me, at number 3, gotta be Devin Hester, man. A lot of people forget that year we went to the Super Bowl. He was our offense. He was the biggest piece of our offense. It wasn't, it wasn't Rex Grossman. We didn't have great receivers. We had a good running game with Thomas Jones. Yep. But our change was like it was Devin Hester. Like that was our key piece for our offense. So Devin Hester for me, I love Devin Hester. One of the most exciting players ever in the NFL. And he'll be a Hall of Famer. Hopefully he's not in a wheelchair slobbing before they put him in there. What you say, like the coffin kicker? The coffin kicker, boy. That
motherfucker. A kicker's strongest part of his body is his legs. By the time this motherfucker got to Hall of Fame, that motherfucker was in a wheelchair. Legs was fucked up.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
That nigga don't know where he at. He up there crying.
Thank you. Damn. I finally made it. I've been waiting since 1916. He was playing ball then. He's just been waiting for 60 years just to get in there. Like, well, maybe next year. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Maybe next year.
Oh, that nigga doing life.
That motherfucker probably laid it down the next day. Fuck you mean?
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Shit, number 2, man. Favorite Chicago Bear, second favorite Chicago Bear of all time.
Johnny motherfucking Knox.
Really?
Johnny Knox was one of my favorite fucking Bears, man. I was a huge Johnny. I don't know a person on the Bears jersey I got faster than Johnny Knox jersey.
Really?
I wanted it. The day I seen him play, I was like, this motherfucker's a dog. I need it now.
What?
Johnny Knox, man. Motherfuckers don't even understand, bro. Johnny Knox was a pure animal, bro. He had man, the year before he got hurt, he had 1,000-yard receiving with us.
Really?
Yeah. He was either 980 or something. He was above 900, almost 1,000 yards. Dog was an animal. For me, he was one of my favorite receivers.
Really? Johnny Knox?
Johnny Knox, man. Johnny Knox. Until he damn near broke his motherfucking neck in half. And
man, that wasn't cool.
Nah.
That was not cool at all.
I was a huge fan, man. At one time, he was our whole offense, too. For a whole year.
Yeah, 960.
Yep, 960.
Yeah, that ain't bad. 18 yards. 18 yards per.
I'm telling you, dog.
Yeah, 51 receptions, 965 touchdowns. Then the year after that, he had played
He had like about 500 almost.
727 for 2 touchdowns, 37 receptions.
Yep. I was mad how he got hurt, man. He was going to be a huge receiver going forward with us. He was great.
He was only 25. So
man, listen, when you talk about a motherfucker who's like, he was like a Cooper Kupp. He was a little bit, I think he was a little bit taller, but he was like a Cooper Kupp. He go
6 feet.
He go attack the ball. Every time I see him, he was jumping to go get the ball. When I waiting for the ball to come to him, he was going to attack it. I was a huge Johnny Knox fan, though.
Johnny Knox, fifth rounder. Good for him, man. And so it's sad he couldn't, but yeah, he was good when he was in there. Number 2 for me, favorite Chicago Bear of all time, Refrigerator Perry.
Mm-hmm. I can see it.
Refrigerator Perry, bro. Being a big kid growing up, yeah, Refrigerator Perry was everything for me. And then also, I was a huge G.I. Joe fan. And then they had Refrigerator Perry at one point as a G.I. Joe. So Refrigerator Perry is my second favorite Chicago Bear of all time. Shout out Refrigerator Perry, man.
Yeah, man. R.I.P.
Did he pass away?
I'm pretty sure he passed. No, dead ass. I'm pretty sure. He did. He had that alcoholic issue. I think he ended up passing after that. Because I remember, I think I watched a documentary where they was talking about they had to go grab all the refrigerators out the yard, his kids and them, because people would go and drop off refrigerators in his yard.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, dog. I'm just pretty sure, dog. No, he had complications after the game. You know what I'm saying? Alcoholism and then like some small version. I want to say damn near had like small touch of CTE. Yeah, look, he mad. I'm gonna double check. I'm pretty sure.
I can't even type in here.
Yeah, no.
Oh, big bro. Oh shit. Oh shit. Did you find it? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh no, he's still alive, but he's in an assisted community living, yeah. But shit, he wasn't looking too good when I last seen him, so I was just going ahead and put that up to man. Keep it up, man. Keep going, dog. You know, when I last seen that little thing, they was like, man, we don't know how long it's gonna be. I was like, oh shit. Hey, keep it moving, Will. Big friend, shit. Keep that moving.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We sorry out there.
Shit.
We
Yeah,
sorry
Will.
out there, y'all. Oh my god. William Fritter is still healthy and living, man. Shout out Refrigerator Perry, man. My second favorite player, Chicago Bear of all time. Ah, shit. Who's your favorite? Number one, numero uno.
I think it's gonna be unanimous. It's gonna have to be Walter Payton.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
mean,
Sweetness.
You can't even talk about the Bears without talking about Dog for a half hour at least.
Allegedly, my mom and dad swear I shook his hand when I was like 3 months old. They took me to a Bear game. It was a preseason game. And I shook his hand. Allegedly. I don't know how true it is. But yeah, I love Walter Payton, bro. Can you play as him on Madden?
If you play the Ultimate Team, I think there's a card where you can be him, and I think there's a card you can be him because the Ultimate Team allows you to take a card of any player if you purchase it, and then you can play with them for your team. So like you can get like on 2K, how they be having the My Team.
Yeah,
they be having that that's a big thing on Madden. It's called the Ultimate Team.
Huh. I might try to do that, man.
Yeah, that shit nice actually. It's like fun.
Walter Payton. But man, it's that time, man. Trade yourself. If you don't know what trade yourself is, this is how we end every segment, man. It's basically a nice way of like telling somebody, kiss my ass or fuck you. Now, this could be anybody, you know what I'm saying? It could be your kid, it could be your boss, it could be your wife, ladies out there, it could be your husband. They pissing you off, don't cuss them out, just look at them and say, you wanna know what? You need to trade yourself. Trade yourself in for a better goddamn person. So every week, we normally try to keep it in sports, but every now and again, we might have to leave sports and talk about like Jada Pinkett. She need to trade herself a few times. You know what I'm saying? Or Brett Favre. That's a good example of sports. You need to trade this up. The welfare queen. You need to trade this up sometime. So this week, Hendo, who need to trade themselves, man?
Lakers management. These motherfuckers had a game. I forget who they played, but they compiled a whole tape of LeBron getting fouled, and they submitted it to the referee staff. And look, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Niggas get fouled every day, B, and the motherfuckers don't get called to. Right? Niggas get fouled every day, B, and they don't get called. Suck the fuck up. Y'all playing a 40-year-old, 42 fucking minutes a whole fucking game, and y'all trying to get maximum success. Look at what y'all doing.
They say the letter was wet when they got it.
But I'm just saying, man, stop crying to the officials. Play motherfucking ball. How the fuck is you crying? Have Austin Reeves or somebody the fuck else shoot the ball. Have AD make a bucket. You sitting here relying on LeBron to do every goddamn thing, and then you submit some fouls. Every team could do this for every fucking game they play. Stop crying to the officials and play better ball. That's it. I know y'all looking decent. Play better ball, man. Y'all ain't got to do that soft ass shit. Well, if that is, it open the window for everybody to do that because everybody get fouled.
Like, I don't know what else they want LeBron to do. I saw LeBron. I bullshit y'all not, bro. I ain't want to say nothing. But I was at a Lakers game. I bullshit you not. I saw LeBron ironing. He was ironing the coach's suit. That nigga was ironing the coach's suit. That nigga was motherfucking fixing the Gatorade. You know what I'm saying? They had that motherfucker doing everything. Folding the towels, making sure like, bro, they had this nigga putting the tape on motherfuckers Gatorade and writing whose name on it.
Hey, AD to shoot.
Man, like, bro,
I got you, Austin.
I don't know what else you want. Like, then you want this nigga to remember all these motherfucking secret handshakes.
But it's just like, come on, guys. Like, what is y'all doing, man? Stop. Like, to me, I feel like LeBron comes in at people full speed and stuff like that. So you kind of have to wait for an impact. Like, I know a lot of people be hitting arms, but
it's supposed to be AD's team, dog. It's supposed to have been AD's fucking team. LeBron should not have to be doing what he is doing
all the time. But
the time. This was supposed to be AD's team.
If the Milwaukee Bucks,
fucking simple, dog.
If the Milwaukee Bucks felt like it, they could submit a whole fucking tape's worth of Giannis getting fouled,
dog.
And that's a fact.
Dog.
That is a pure fact.
Derrick Rose, look at his fucking career, dog.
I'm just saying, Paul George. We can sit here and just go down the list of people who don't cry about it. Just play better ball, y'all. And that's so much for the Lakers management because I'm sure they compiled it, but I'm sure somebody kind of told them to like, man, we getting hacked out here. You should also look back at that. Like, come on, man. Stop the bitching. Just play, man. It's the NBA.
Trade yourself, man. For me, man, it's one of them weeks when it ain't about sports. It's actually about, if you can see, SummerSlam, man, this past summer. You already know the riverboat. The gentleman who threw his hat up actually is being charges pressed against him for assault by one of the people, on the river. That one of the people didn't want to move on the boat. They said that I guess he swung on them first. So
we'll see you in court.
We'll see you in court. But yeah, you need to trade yourself, man. Y'all know y'all was in the wrong, man.
That's some dusty shit.
That's some dusty ass shit, man. So, but it is what it is, man. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, everything will work out good for that brother, if it hasn't already. But we gotta pay these bills, man. If you haven't noticed, our brother B.I. wasn't here to make it today. He will be here, guaranteed, next week. We're not sure what we're gonna be. We're not sure what we're gonna be exactly next week. We might be at a game. We might be at a rap battle. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know where you're gonna see us at. We're not always in the basement. But it is Saturday night, man. If you haven't already, if you're in La Crosse, Wisconsin area, man, you got the munchies. You don't feel like cooking. Press Break, downtown La Crosse, Wisconsin, man. Go check them out. They got the cheesy beef, the cheesy nachos, all that good stuff. Also, if you want to get fresh, it's Saturday night. I think you still might have some time. A breath of fresh over on the south side of La Crosse, Wisconsin. Check out the brother Focus. He got all the latest Nikes, man. The Supreme in there to match the joints. Also, if you need some sneakers restored, he has a dope sneaker restored studio upstairs. He restores sneakers, all that good stuff. And then also the closet. Where does the closet at?
Corner of 5th and King, man.
Yes, sir.
I like my man JV.
Yes, sir. Another the closet also got exclusive kicks. Man, La Crosse, man, doing this thing, man. So we're trying to, build, that shoe game culture. Check out the closet over there as well, man. But man, you can't be fresh and then you get in a dusty looking car, right? Can't be doing that, fellas. So King KO Car Wash. I need y'all to go check out Cuzzo over there on La Crosse Street. They do great work outside, detailing, all that good stuff. The snow is coming. We've been lucky. We've been super lucky, but trust me, that snow is coming. Take it to Cuzzo. He gonna get you winterized, get your car clean, and also get that wax on there before that snow and all that, salt and all that stuff hits. So King KO Car Wash. But man, we appreciate all y'all that's been rocking with us. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on YouTube, Old Head Sports Podcast. Also, Hendo, Hendo, Hendo on YouTube. Like, subscribe, man. Tell everybody. Also, if you're in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area, inbox me, right? Old Head Sports Podcast on Facebook. December 10th, old school versus new school basketball game. If you're interested, 22 and younger is considered new school. Anything 25, 26 and over is considered old school. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This is our 3rd annual. This will be our 2nd annual Christmas edition one. So it's going to be a lot of fun, man. Hendo just told us he will be there this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun, man. A lot of smack talking. The new school has won both games so far by 1 point. So the old heads, man, they've been stretching. So man, we trying to get it back. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Check us out. Inbox me if you're interested or you know someone that might be interested. But man, co-host Omar, aka Old Millie, aka that dude, aka Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and let this brother, man, exit us out. Old Heads, episode 75.
Man, it's Hendo G, aka Mr. Honey Pack, aka Mr. French Toast. If you know, you know, man. Shout out to everybody that be watching, tuning in with us, man. We appreciate everything, man. There's nothing but love, y'all.
I don't know what the heck he getting that coughing on.
Said sometimes team